Hello, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to talk about a movie that I loved as a kid. I reenacted with my G.I. Joes versus the Squid Face, Squid Man, Star Wars action figure a million times over. I am talking about, you see the cast behind me, I'm talking about none other than The Predator. It's a theory about that movie and how it correlates to the new Predator prequel with Amber Midthunder, who is an absolute smoke show, but we're meant to believe that she's going to be able to beat a Predator that killed off an elite team of commandos and countless others over the... You know what? Let's just get into the video. Monkeys, roll the footage.
You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Yeah, that works.
I like
all right,
that a lot.
okay. All right, moving on.
Hey, what about Tulip?
Here we are over at ScreenRant.com. Huge Predator movie fan theory. This is a fan theory. Reveals the Predator let Arnie's Dutch escape. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, that sounds pretty shady. Let's get into this fan theory, and we'll talk about it. I'll, of course, give you my thoughts as we go along. You know where to leave yours in the comments below. Here we go. One fan theory posits that the Predator wasn't trying to kill Arnold Schwarzenegger's Dutch, but rather accept defeat in the original movie's ending. According to one fan theory, Predator's titular villain let Arnold Schwarzenegger's Dutch escape on purpose since the character beat the monster fair and square. The idea that the Predator tried to kill Dutch with an explosive blast at the end of 87's Predator has never added up. According to the mythos of the Predator franchise, Predators believe in honor and civility, despite the high body count they rack up across the series. What makes the Predator so different from the Alien franchise's lethal xenomorph is this fact. Predators hunt for sport rather than sustenance, where the monsters of Alien series are mindless killing machines that can't be reasoned with. The Predator is threatening precisely because the monster is at least as intelligent as a human.
Bullshit.
This is the thinking behind a fan theory that suggests an alternative motivation for the Predator's self-destruction at the end of 1987's original movie. Now, having watched that movie countless times, I literally always thought that the Predator was trying to take one last, Hail Mary to kill Dutch. But, this is maybe plausible. Who knows if that's the original intent of the movie to lead us to believe this. But having said that, you do look at the line where it says, the Predators hunt for sport, not sustenance. And we know they're intelligent, obviously. So it's plausible to see some truth to this. Not saying it is true or it is canon notwithstanding. I want to read into this, and then, like I said, you guys obviously let me know what you think. When Dutch holds a huge rock over the injured monster before deciding to show mercy and not kill the Predator, conventional wisdom states that what happens next is the Predator proving a warrior should never turn their back on an injured enemy. The Predator plays back Billy's laugh, seemingly taunting Arnold Schwarzenegger's hero, before then blowing itself up with an explosive charge. The assumption is that the monster was a sore loser who hoped to take out Dutch as it died, but one fan theory found on Reddit refutes this reading. Since the Predators are established as creatures obsessed with honor, this theory reasons that the monster could be looking to give itself a merciful death that Dutch denied it. See, when you word it like that, it actually sounds plausible and like that could have been the original intent by the screenwriters. But, as I said, it's all up in the air in just, a fan theory that exists on Reddit right now. The theory argues that the Predator entering a countdown into the self-destruct device on its wrist allowed Dutch enough time to escape the explosive charge's effects, thus sparing his life. Since the Predator could have likely chosen to simply press self-destruct immediately, the fact that the monster gave Dutch an opportunity to evade injury by leaping behind a log, along with the fact that the explosion is so small and self-contained, seemingly points toward the wrist device as a last-ditch option for predators suffering a slow death. Rather than the explosion being another weapon in the monster's arsenal, the Predator's self-sacrificing weapon is designed to let the monster die with dignity. I don't think anybody originally looked at that movie like this was going to be an intelligent creature, and then as the third act plays out, you see, oh, it is, okay. And as a kid, you don't really pick up on a lot of that, especially as young as I was when I saw this, which I believe I saw it right when it came out in when it hit VHS, I should say, and HBO and stuff like that. And I'll die on the hill of Predator 2 being a great movie. it was an excellent follow-up to this. And Danny Glover, although we did miss Arnold Schwarzenegger, obviously, in the second movie, Danny Glover was great in that role. To this end, the fan theory argues that the Predator playing back Billy's laugh could be intended not as a mean-spirited taunt, but as a genuine attempt to commend Dutch's impressive performance. Since the Predator doesn't speak any local language, one thing the monster can convey is a sense of humor, something that is best encapsulated by playing back Billy's laugh while waiting to self-destruct. Rather than laughing at Dutch and his fallen companions, the Predator is displaying the streak of self-deprecating humor while awaiting its merciful death, while the timer ensures that Schwarzenegger's hero doesn't bear the brunt of the blast too. So there you have it. That fan theory is alluding to the fact that the Predator was allowing Arnold's Dutch time to escape, time to get to safety, and it was an attempt at like a tongue-in-cheek, self-deprecating sense of humor instead of a taunt. Now that could go obviously either way, in my opinion anyway. I don't know. I don't mind that. Being as the Predator is a very intelligent being, and we've seen that in the ensuing movies that followed, post part 2, even part 2. When it came to present the gun to Danny Glover's character. That being said, to segue this into the Amber Midthunder movie that's coming out, the prequel now, or was it called Prey? This is a very interesting situation we have, because you're talking about a 17-year-old girl facing off against this highly intelligent warrior that has more technology, more knowledge, more wherewithal, more strength. These commandos, it took everything they had, every one of them dying down to Arnold, the last man, and of course the woman that survived, to defeat this creature. And we're going to see a 17-year-old. Do you see my level of apprehension here with this? I mean, look at Arnold versus the Predator, and Amber Midthunder versus the Predator. Does she possibly know some martial arts, some fight? Yeah, obviously. But the weapons that she has to work with are so far behind. The Predators still have to be very advanced, given how much more advanced they were in, the earlier movies. This one, I would think, would be much in line with that. It's not like the Predators are out riding horses. Obviously, they still have space travel capability if they're leaving their world and coming to Earth, to mess with the Native Americans. So, that being said, I see some glaring issues that this movie is facing, just from my perspective, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that thinks this way. And it's not that I question a woman's ability to defeat the Predator. I question a 17-year-old girl, albeit, growing up in a Native American tribe which has warriors, but she's not allowed to train with them. So you're telling me it's going to be like Shang-Chi's sister, where she wasn't allowed to train with the boys, so she trained herself and ended up better than the boys. Is that what we're going with here with Amber Midthunder? And like I said, this is nothing personal against the actress at all, not an attack. More or less just a question from somebody who's been a fan of this franchise for years and years and years. And I'm not saying the new movies were good. I didn't like the 2018 movie at all. I didn't like Alien vs. Predator, or was it Alien vs. Predator Requiem? I didn't like any of them. I didn't like Predators. Part 2 was where it stopped for me. I would have been perfectly fine ending the franchise there. And now we have this Amber Midthunder thing coming up, and we've had the other movies, which the crossover, yeah, the concept of it was cool to me as a fan, but in practice, it didn't turn out the way that nothing ever turns out the way you envision it, especially when somebody else is doing it. So that's all I got for you, gang. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Are you going to go see this movie? Are you interested in it? Has it piqued your interest to the fact that you're going to pay money to see it is my question. I myself will probably wait for a streaming release or something along those lines. But that's it. I'm Tepo Kui to the Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of yous. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and I'll catch you on the next one. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot to tell you. Do you want to send us stuff? Because this is how you send us stuff. We have a P.O. Box now. That's right. P.O. Box 924, Prudenville, Michigan 48657. If you have anything you'd like to send in to the Place to Be Reviews, that's where it goes, and that's where your packages will be coming from as well when I ship things out to you, my Kazooians.
I could do this all day.
It's better to burn out than to fade away.